Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about this transfer portal update. Jacari Carter going to Albany. Okay, this is a pretty impressive move for Albany, if you ask me. When I looked at Jacari Carter's tape when he entered the portal, I went back and started watching all his tape. I was dumbfounded. I thought, man, this is a great receiver. Yes, he was the third leading receiver at Georgia State. Sounds like he's a borderline FBS level player, but that's not it, man. He's little. He's like 5'9", 175. But when I watch receivers on tape, I can tell a baller when I see it, and I thought this was an amazing player. So I was ranking receivers just the other day. An FCS program reached out to me, a coaching staff, and they said, hey, Rico, can you help us with our wide receivers? We'd like you to identify a wide receiver for us. And I said, sure, let me go rank them. And when I ranked them just the other day, I went and watched all the film and said, I got to rank these receivers. And if you look here, my number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receiver was Jacari Carter. After watching tape, I thought Jacari Carter was him. Just looked great. And look, I have him ahead of Justice Ross Simmons, just went to Syracuse. Have him ahead of Jay Fair, just went to USC. I have him ahead of certain players that are at the FBS level because when I looked at Jacari Carter's tape, I saw a guy that is like a little joystick. I saw a guy who can't be covered. Yeah, I get it. There's other people out there, but my goodness, Jacari Carter, this is a young man that when he played at Merrimack had 89 receptions in a season. You heard me right. This is a young guy who's already had 89 receptions in a college season. What are we doing? This guy has done it. 80 receptions, 8 yards. Then he transfers to Georgia State. This 31 was also at Merrimack. But when he transferred to Georgia State, he was actually replacing the production that was left by Jamari Thrash leaving to Louisville. So it was tough, man. It's difficult to step into a Jamari Thrash type role or to help a receiving core that just lost an All-American, a guy who was one of the nation's leading receivers. It's tough. But that's a very good wide receiver. I know talent when I see it, and I said, whoa, Jacari Carter's him. And now he's going to Albany? This is a school that just lost Reese Poffenberger. Okay? Albany throws the rock. Albany can do the damn thing. Albany just got in the transfer portal. They just got Miles Burkett. And you guys might not know who Miles Burkett is. He's still never played at the FBS level. But something Miles Burkett did. He was a former walk-on, I believe. I think he was a walk-on. Don't quote me on that. Former walk-on at Wisconsin. When they were doing the quarterback battles, and all these quarterbacks transferred, and I told you guys, hey, man, Nick Evers will never be a starting quarterback at Wisconsin because he's not better than Tanner Mordecai. I was right, 100%. But Nick Evers wasn't better than Miles Burkett. That's right. Nick Evers was third, fourth string, some other shit. Miles Burkett beat him out. And then Miles parlayed that into a transfer to Albany. So now you have Miles, and hopefully Jacari Carter gets in this starting lineup. I think he will be. And Albany's got themselves a 1-2 punch that you can't handle. I don't follow FCS football teams as well as I do the FBS teams. But I follow the FBS teams so closely that I can tell you Albany just got a quarterback and a wide receiver that aren't necessarily and usually at the FCS level. They're pretty damn good. I'm excited for this move. Congratulations, Jacari Carter, for finding a coaching staff that believes in you. And I'm going to say this, and I really mean this. Shout out to this young man for being realistic about his playing opportunities, for being realistic about wanting to go somewhere and be the star receiver and get as much tape as possible. There's no point in transferring somewhere and becoming the third, fourth, fifth wide receiver when you can go pick a school that really needs you. Prepare yourselves for a 70, 80, 90 reception season and this young man to be open at all times. Prepare yourselves for that. And just remember, your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.